Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we hear you. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring. Four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion. Your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we hear you. You know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring. Leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
Your favorite faction is back for another episode, and I'm here with, he doesn't like me calling him the poopy boy, but to me, he is the poopy boy. The gurus, the knowledge, the bullshit of bullshit is my boy, Taino. How we doing today, my boy?
What's going on? What's going on? Good to be back after a week off, but we are here. We're back. Let's get it.
My man said we can't talk wrestling because I got to hang out with my girlfriend. How dare you, sir? Who do you think you are to go spend time with your significant other? But enough with you, god damn it. And the other member for tonight's episode of Four Sides of the Ring, it is Mike Housen, the honorary Puerto Rican, the fourth side of the four sides of the ring, six sides. I don't know at this point. We got too many goddamn corners. At this point, somebody needs to stop us. How we doing today, brother?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? My esteemed host here for tonight's Four Sides festivities, Mr. Dean of Hey You, Tano, Poopy Boy. I guess that's one. That one's fucking sticking, but I'm sorry.
It's starting to stick. It's starting to stick. Darn it, channel.
To it here. That's kind of fucked up, but hey, here we are. It's great to be back. Yes, tonight in honor of course, the great Danhausen's debut. I am tonight Mike Housen. I almost came with the face paint and everything. I just didn't have enough time. I really was gonna hit you guys with a fucking curveball.
It's a good thing you didn't, because you just kind of did a thing, and I was a little scared.
A little concerned. Earlier.
Hello, Judy. Always love
you.
Nah, Tino's gonna curse me out later for the poopy boy shit. I already know it.
Honestly, I hope he does. It could be good TV, good YouTube. Good YouTube. I hope you're enjoying this.
So how's everybody's week of wrestling?
Week has been action packed. I think it's been pretty heavy. Especially since the last time you guys were live, since I missed last week's episode. SmackDown was pretty decent go home show leading into the chamber. Just a heavy week of wrestling, which I'm sure we'll kind of unpack later, but I honestly enjoyed every bit of it.
All right. What about you, Mike? How was this week of wrestling?
Chamber was aight. There's
cool.
There's a lot I want to get into with that. There was a lot of drama this week. A lot of drama. So specifically with SRS, little Sean Ross Sapp drama for what happened on Raw with Dragon Lee and the mass debacle, the great mass debacle of 2026. We also had the pom pom girl incident this weekend.
That was actually mad fun. That was actually
fucking hilarious. And she
took off her social media.
Too. And she released a statement. She came back and released a statement. I
didn't see the statement. I did not see that.
The statement is hysterical. We also had, of course, everyone's favorite drama here. We've got two muscle mommies. You know, there's a lot of testosterone between those two women. Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill going back and forth. Raw was all right. Chamber was lacking, and I didn't watch AEW last night, so I'm a fake fan. Sorry. NXT was a pretty solid show. Avengers Day looks to be a good card. They're reshuffling the deck, so wrestling so far, all right.
Not bad. All right, so let's get into our early shenanigans. We're gonna play the game. Where is NetRam? NetRam. Where NetRam? No. Well, NetRam.
Where is NetRam?
Actually, hold on. Wait, before we play everyone's favorite game, the weekly Four Sides injury report here. We have Marcus and NetRam out here tonight's show due to
family
metacarpal, a torn metacarpal in the fourth digit. I heard that they were picking up too much shrimp
at the strip club.
At the strip club. So unfortunately, both of them metacarpal injuries. They'll be back maybe next week.
Well, on a serious note, we do want to show love to Netram and Marcus's family friend Jeff. Much peace and love, happiness, and our condolences for 4 sides of the ring. But back to our favorite game. We're gonna play the game. Where is the Zombie King? All right, so I feel like I've been showing this for 2 months now. I don't know who books 2 months in advance. Goddamn it! I still don't know what he's doing on this goddamn card.
You gotta sell those
Saturday,
tickets.
March 14th at the Fiesta nightclub at the President Street, 115 President Street, Passaic, New Jersey. Zombie King's on the card. Don't ask me what he's doing. I've asked him. He looks at me and shrugs his shoulders and says, "Enjoy it, bitch." I was like, "Okay, cool. Ain't no problem. It ain't no problem."
Just know he's gonna put on a show.
True. Saturday, March 7th. I think that's this weekend. ECBW presents Brawl at the Bohemian Hall. I don't know what he's doing, but it says there's gonna be a brawl. Listen, my man's gonna be there brawling. Oh, it's in Astoria, Queens. It's actually pretty dope. I'm not gonna hold you. That's actually
Let me
cool.
tell you a story about Astoria.
What you got about Astoria?
No, that's a joke.
Save that for off the air.
Let me tell you a story about Astoria. The fuck?
So it starts at Saturday, March 7th, 29-19 24th Avenue, Astoria, New York. Doors open at 6 p.m. Bell time 7 p.m. Tickets to the door is $25. Wrestling American Legion host Saturday, March 14th at Paris Avenue, Northvale, New Jersey. This is an ECPW show.
Nice.
I don't see Zombie King on the card, but he sent it to me, so I'm assuming he's wrestling somewhere, right? Get his tickets at the
Card's
door.
always subject to change. He probably wasn't on that promotion when it released, so you know.
Yeah, true. We got another one, March 27th, ECPW. Once again, Zombie King is not on the card. Oh, Junior Flow versus NIW. NIW, I don't know who you are, but you better get your pockets ready because he's gonna run them.
Oh yeah.
I'm over here out running promos with my guy. Saturday, March 21st. Damn, my man is his book at PMW Whiskey in the Jar, New Talent Initiative. Listen, there's nothing new about my boy. My boy's been around the block 3 times and he's ready to knock some heads off.
That's right.
So, Rulo, I don't know who you are with that crop top showing nips, but you're not that guy, pal. You better hope the Zombie King better leave you some half brains. We're not playing with you, dog.
He's giving the when I was a young boy, my father took me into the city.
Like wrestling, this is just my hobby.
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
All right, so we also got our boy Tanner Jackson. He does MJ Live at Harris in Las Vegas. Show some love to my boy. We will have him back on here soon. We just got to figure out some shenanigans. And that's about it for Where is the Zombie King? And now, Tanner Jackson. All right, so listen, guys. I know this week. He was like, listen, guys, I want a segment. I was like, what do you want the segment to be about? He's like, I want it to be about ponies and kittens on all things that's sweet about wrestling. I love it. I was like, I can't sell that. We can't move this merch. I don't know where he went. Did I embarrass him?
He said that's it. Lights out. Oh, he's sideways now.
I'm sorry. I guess I saw you.
He got
ready to hurt my feelings. So
settle down.
He was like ponies and kittens. He was like, nah. What about if? Oof, damn.
Oh, okay. Damn. All right. Well, budget cuts. Hey. So, anyway.
I feel like he's gonna come back in. Here we go.
He started.
What happened? You see, I'm sorry. You see, I seen you going about to like hurt my feelings. So I guess I kind of just glitched out.
That's actually very funny. All right,
so my apologies, folks. My apologies. Channel, you may continue.
All right, so I'm gonna stop giving you shit before you glitch out again. So we got a new segment on the show called Marking the Calendar. So take us away, Mr. Taino.
Alrighty, folks. So I appreciate the rest of the sides of the ring. Let me get these couple of minutes. I call it Marking the Calendar. Basically, it's just giving a little nod to today's date in history in wrestling. There's a couple things that I thought was kind of important, just kind of from my perspective. Also, this being a new segment, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Yay or nay. Always good to hear our feedback. But we're starting off with today, March 5th, 2001. We have Paul Heyman making his WWE debut. Super big at the time. We all know the significance of Paul Heyman and what he's meant to the wrestling business. We all know ECW. He's worked as far back, I think, even with the NWA. And obviously, he's still relevant today, being the wise man still. Another on this day, I wanted to bring up the death of Paul Bearer. It's a little morbid, but he was super important for wrestling. We all know
You
the work
don't
he
say.
did. We all know the work he did with Kane and The Undertaker. A lot of people may not know as well his work in WCW, working with Rick Rude, stunning Steve Austin, The Ultimate Warrior, a couple other big major names that that we all kind of hear. Last one, ending it kind of a little bit on a brighter side. Today, I believe 2018 March 5th, the first ever Symphony of Destruction match. It was Braun Strowman against Elias. Basically a no DQ match involving musical objects. It's better known for Braun Strowman. I don't know if you guys remember him having Elias under the piano while he was kind of playing the piano. There were two other matches. Elias is 0-3. He had lost to Jeff Hardy during the COVID era and to Jackson Ryder. I don't know if you guys remember the name Jackson Ryder. That was on a Monday Night Raw, July 2021. So a little bit of marking the calendar with your boy Taino, the wrestling guru. Let me know what you guys think. A little bit of on this day kind of feel.
That's actually mad funny. I'm so proud of you for getting that off. Even though fucking Paul Bearer and Paul Heyman, extremely important to wrestling. You don't say. But shout out
Of
to you,
course,
my brother. That was a good one. That was a good one. I appreciate you. Listen, if you don't know, me and Tina go way back like 4 flats on a Cadillac.
So it's all love. It's all love. It's a brotherly love.
Time ever knows if I call him and I'll be like, bro, I appreciate you. I'm in trouble.
Something's wrong. There's probably a gun to his head, so I should probably call for help.
1,000%. All right, so to start off our show with a big bang, Elimination Chamber. Mike said a little bit earlier, it was mad, but honestly, I kind of enjoyed it. Let's spark the show. The show started with the Women's Chamber match, and I feel like I got to repeat this every single time. The women consistently outperformed the men in these same type matches. It's nuts. And another shout out, honestly, shout out to you, Raquel. You have been balling out of this absolute world for the past like close to a year, dog. She
stepped it up big time.
Buckets after buckets after buckets.
Baller.
I was
big
sweating.
Time baller.
I was live, dude. Oof.
You were live.
We wanted it. We wanted it bad. The people needed it, but Rhea gets what she wants.
apparently so.
According to Jade.
According, but unfortunately she wasn't able to retain, but she was impressive nonetheless. Who won it? Oh yeah, Rhea did win the last two with Tiffany and Rhea. I didn't think Rhea was gonna win it, but she did. How did you guys feel about that match?
I just want to say shout out to my girl. Businesswoman doing business in this match. Kiana James. Kiana James had a great showing. Not a lot of people talking about it. I was kind of marking out a little bit, watching her hoop there. She looked great in that match. My Kiana James stocks, they continue to rise here for 2026. I have a feeling Kiana James will be that in that U.S. Women's title picture before this year is over. But Women's Chamber clears Men's Chamber by far. Every year it's been the same chamber for the men's. The chamber doors gets left open. Somebody comes in, screws somebody over. Somebody wins because of it. We set up WrestleMania. The in-between there, Becky and AJ Lee. And this is, I get to do this for the first time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited. My margarita match of the night. AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, and I hate to say that. And Punk and Finn, that was a match of the night, baby. That was a banger. That's all I got to say. That's it. I talked for 4 hours on that. I'm done. I beat the piss out of that show.
It was actually mad funny is I was at work, so I didn't catch the beginning of the women's match. I caught the end. I caught the second half of it. I caught the women's. I caught AJ versus Becky. I missed the Finn Balor CM Punk match because I was driving home. And then I caught the men's. Tyna, how about you? How'd you feel about it? I know you kind of started watching it late.
Yeah, I will say it was kind of tough for me that day. I had to stay off Twitter all day. I caught it as Channel said. I caught it late. I did get a spoiler, so I kind of knew that Rhea won. So I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I wasn't super locked into the women's chamber since I already know who won the match. I guess unlike Mike, I was locked into the AJ match and the other in betweens and the men's because that's when I was home and kind of just locked into it. Um, I thought the AJ match was okay. I mean, it's not really much to say other than that. In terms of the women's match, as the women's chamber match, from what the little bit that I seen, I didn't really like the underutilization of Alexa Bliss. Besides me being a fan, like, hey, look, I know someone has to take that first pin to get eliminated, but I just wasn't too big on Alexa taking that first pin. But besides that, as Mike said, that Finn match was just amazing between CM Punk, letting you know that Finn could still go. I'm excited to see kind of where Finn goes in his solo run, kind of seeing the cracks definitely now with Judgment Day. Um, in terms of the men's chamber, as we all know, we hear it here, especially on this pod all the time. It's the same consistent thing. But one thing that I personally enjoy is the storytelling. I don't think it was in anyone's bingo card that Randy was going to win. And again, just me being a fan, I was super excited that Randy won. I mean, I'm excited to see what happens, see how kind of what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown. If Cody ends up winning that, will we get that Cody Randy matchup at Mania? So I thought the Chamber was the perfect way to start this WrestleMania build. You know?
Yeah. One thing I saved one of Rick's things. You know how we fixed the men's chamber? Have Seth in the match. Or just have Drew McIntyre defend his title in the chamber. We've had way too many of the same shenanigans in that match. Also,
the shenanigans is what helped Randy win the match, and I think I nailed that. That was the only thing I mean, I got a few things right, but that was one of the biggest things that I had coming up there in that match was Drew was going to cost Cody that match in some capacity, and that's kind of exactly what happened. You know, with Randy taking advantage of that misstep by Cody. I did have Randy winning this on my bingo card. 100%. I think Randy was the right winner. Cody didn't need to win that, but they are in such a pickle now because you set up two possible scenarios. You're either doing this multi-man's WWE title match at WrestleMania, or you're doing Cody versus Randy, and you're doing McIntyre versus Aldis or Fatu. One of those moves me. One of those does not.
I think I could guess which one doesn't. Would it be the Drew Nick match? Would that
Nick
be
match moves me for Drew.
Okay, same.
The Fatu
Okay.
match does not. I don't want to see Drew and Fatu at Mania. That's
all right. So let me pull the horses. It's gonna end up a fatal four-way at WrestleMania. I hate to.
I hope not. We were talking about this a couple days ago, I believe. I hope not, man.
Bro, you got to think about it. Cody and Jacob Fatu don't have resolution. They didn't even have a match. They were just brawling, right?
Yeah.
And then Fatu had a chance to get into the chamber last minute with Jey Uso out. Drew McIntyre cost him a chance in the match. This match is going to end. Match on Friday tomorrow night is gonna end up in a no disqualification. I hate to pop anybody's bubble.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu is going to F him up. It doesn't make listen. Drew and Nick, yes, that's some real heat to go have an actual match too, of course. But you can't put Fatu's feet on the back burner because that's kind of the only thing he has going for him since he returned.
Well, unless they're going to announce that the attacker was Randy or Cody, and then they're really going to blow this thing up, and then guaranteed.
Yes, guaranteed. But this is a fatal four-way. Listen, there's no doubt about it. Real talk, Nick Drew Backlash. Nick Drew Backlash seems more likely to me than WrestleMania.
I mean,
1,000%.
We should save this.
Yeah, we'll save it for later. This is actually part of our WrestleMania conversation. So, one thing we actually didn't talk about in the show, the box open. What was in the box? Danhausen himself.
Well, but real quick, Chan, I'm so sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to touch real quick before we moved on. In terms of the chamber, at least for me, honestly, I honestly thought Cody was gonna win the match. Just kind of writing on the wall. I'm like, okay, Cody wins, easy selection for Mania, easy booking. In terms of like tomorrow night, I guess I just wanted to say really fast. Um, I really hope it is a singles matchup. Like I'm pretty sure it's going to be a triple threat of some sort. But I hope it's some type of fatal four way. I'm eager to see what they do with I'm eager to see what they do with Sammy. You guys kind of just mentioned a couple of names. Sammy's been kind of, he's kind of pointed the finger at everyone else, snapping, breaking character, and then kind of apologizing. Why is he so sorry? What is he saying sorry for? So I just kind of wanted to point that out there. Let's keep a little eye on Sammy. But my apologies for kind of stepping on your toes. I just want to kind of throw that out there.
Well, there's a rumor that Sammy and Trick they're gonna switch, and then Trick's gonna go face. By the way, bro, now that we're talking about Trick,
love Trick.
Trick looked great. Trick's the main event.
Bro, let's talk about Trick Willie for a second. Quick second. So my son doesn't really watch wrestling with me. He cares more about Mario, Donkey Kong, Sonic, Shadow, and all them shenanigans, right? He don't give two, except Tiffany Strand. He loves Tiffany. But here's Trick Willie. Trick Willie came out. Grayson knows everybody's boy or girl. He doesn't know like man, woman. If you're a boy, he'll call you a boy. If you're a girl, he'll call you a girl. He was like, "Who's that boy?" When Trick Willie came out, he was like, "That's my guy. He's gonna win." Yeah. Then everybody going, "Whoop that Trick!" He's jumping on the trampoline. He's going, "Book that trip." He couldn't catch the words. He couldn't catch it correctly. I was
That's
like,
cute.
I was like, "You want his action figure?" He was like, "Yeah." So congratulations, Trick Williams. You have
That's amazing.
You have converted my 5-year-old into a fan. And honestly,
look at that.
You look like a goddamn superstar.
Trick Willie made Lil Grayson into a wrestling fan. That's amazing.
If we're gonna take a double sidebar, then let's also sidebar and talk about how Logan Paul almost ended Javon Evans' career in this match.
Oh my god,
his terrible fucking attempt. But then Logan tries to double down on it on social media by saying, "Well, he's so bouncy. Why didn't he jump?" I ain't mad at that, but that's still fucked up, man.
But I tell you what, that's why you love to hate Logan, because he kind of gives you that real life heat where you like, yo, I think I really hate this guy like in real life.
my wife said the same thing.
Dislike, I should say. My apologies.
My wife said the same thing. She's like, I hate this. She's like, I hate Logan Paul. I was like, I hate you. So
entertaining.
Yeah,
that's what the money
was
is.
In the box. Danhausen was in the box. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, they opened the box. There was a coffin in there. And then, lo and behold, so many Danhausen nets running on out of here. And then
the Ghoulhausens.
Yeah, the Ghoulhausens. And then then Danhausen popped out. Just rolled out of there. And then that was kind of it. It kind of fell flat at the moment. And
he gave Michael Cole some teeth. I think that's like his current teeth or something.
Listen, I'm a big Danhausen guy. I'm the resident Danhausen.
So
expert.
We'll get into that in a second, because I do got a little tangent before I hand the keys over you to explain all things Danhausen. So he debuts on the Raw roster, right? He's talking to Adam Pearce. He says he has some demands. He wanted a finger point. He wanted a blimp. He wanted an assistant, and
the Mandhausens. There was a bunch of Mandhausens.
Danhausen wanted a blimp, a Hall of Fame induction, preferably this year's Hall of Fame induction. He wanted the finger pointing picture with Triple H. He wanted his own personal camera boy, his own personal assistant. He wanted his face all over the trucks.
Yeah, he drives a hard bargain, but he got the picture.
There it is.
He got the picture, right? And then on top of that, so this is when we seen him. And then we got to see what he actually does. Adam Pearce got tired of his shenanigans. He said, Dom, meet Danhausen. First off, why would you have anybody, especially Judgment Day, try to greet this man? You know Dom's too big for his breeches.
I love JD, by the way.
And then he didn't even say JD by name. He's like, "What's your name?"
He did it. He's like, "I don't like this guy already."
And then he was like, "I curse you." And then it was tragic. And then I cried the rest of the night. So yeah,
Penta baby, zero miedo, bitches.
Basically, that is Danhausen's introduction to the main roster. So Mike, as somebody who was expert Hausen, Why should we care about Danhausen? If he's just another R-Truth, why should we care?
It's not that he's just another R-Truth, because nobody is quite like R-Truth. Danhausen is Danhausen. The thing that you need to understand about him is he is there to entertain you. If you just sit back and let him entertain you, you will love him. He will be the best thing, the best 5 minutes, 10 minutes that you'll get on a Monday Night Raw, on a Friday Night SmackDown, on an NXT, on a PLE, whatever it is. It's super camp. Think like parody of your Dracula mixed with a demon. He puts it in his own words. It's like Stephen Colbert possessed by a demon. It's just gonna be comedy. He collects the teeth of his victims and he curses you. Now, his curses usually don't work like they worked on Raw. They don't work like this typically. Usually they work in a different way, or sometimes they even work against Danhausen. That's kind of what makes it funny. This is one where it was instantaneously it worked. Curses Dom. Dom loses the Intercontinental Championship to Penta.
He should have been fired after that moment. Tragic Hausen.
Nope. And I think
Tragic Hausen.
I think I have so many things that I want to say, and I don't want to end up doing the taking over the show here tonight, but I have so many different tangents that I want to go into about this. And I said I'd save it for Thursday, and here we are. But Danhausen,
go ahead. Go on a tangent about.
Go off. Just go fucking ham right now. All right. It's not just about Danhausen. There's about 3 things I want to talk about. Honestly, starting number 1, we're gonna continue with this Danhausen conversation. Just let him entertain you. It's super entertaining. Okay. If you haven't seen him, just watch him on YouTube. Check out some of his vlogs. Check out some of his videos, interactions, with CM Punk and other people. He's going to make you laugh. It's going to be great. His interactions with people will be hysterical. He's not a terrible wrestler. He's not a work rate pro. He's not anybody that's going to get a 5-star match. You're nothing like that, but he can put on a good match and he can entertain the hell out of the best of them. So that's what you have to look forward to. Enjoy it. Right now in WWE, we need something like that. We need kind of what we've got going on. The other part of this, Danhausen gets this crazy red carpet, I guess, double box treatment to roll out his debut on the main roster. He has an instant impact on Monday Night Raw. Now, he's a character that you can do something like this with because you don't have to have him really do anything besides what he did this past Monday. But there's so many names, one in particular, Royce Keys, that it leaves you wondering what is going to happen for Royce Keys in WWE, because he debuted 2 months ago and we haven't seen him except on Stephanie's podcast. The other part of this is that we have Blake Monroe and Ricky Saints in NXT. Danhausen goes right to the front of the line. Now, clearly they had a vision in place with this, with him and Dom, so they could get the title on Penta. And that right there is my 3rd point. Penta. I watched Penta in AEW from the beginning. Tag team champion, trios champion. His brother gets hurt. Pac gets hurt. He's all by himself. What does he do? Nothing. He never fights for a singles title. Tony Khan absolutely fumbles that. Penta comes to WWE, and for the last year, he's been toying at this Intercontinental Championship. I'm so happy he finally won it because he was the right guy to win it right now. I know you love Dom, but guess what, Chano? You're gonna love what I'm about to say. Dom is bigger than the Intercontinental Championship at this point.
He's bigger than the goddamn program, but double strap Dom he was that guy.
He's bigger than the IC title. He's bigger than Mexico itself. He's bigger than an entire country. Okay.
Is he bigger than El Santo?
I think Dom might be very well bigger than El Santo. Okay. just another.
Somewhere NetRam has just started tweaking out a little bit. He doesn't even understand why he got that neck
His
cramp.
head just snapped and fucking. He's like, there's a fucking breach in the tranquility. Those are my 3 points. And you're gonna love Danhausen. If you don't like it, oh well, don't fucking watch it. Number 2, Royce Keys. I have a theory, and we'll talk about it later. And number 3, Penta. Zero miedo, bitches.
Yeah,
Mike Grant is over.
Mike, you said a lot of things that I agree with. I'm not as knowledgeable as you as with Danhausen. I think some of the backlash that Danhausen got, or not the backlash, but kind of the 50-50 reaction that he had got at the chamber, I just think it was just kind of dare I say, they just felt they were shortchanged. Kind of shortchanged by
Yeah.
kind of comedy character act. Also not a lot of fans are familiar with Danhausen. I have a friend who watches just WWE, just the 3 shows. And she found it whack. She thought the build was whack and everything else like that. I loved it because I'm excited to see what they do with Danhausen. But I just think it was just a little underwhelming for the big WWE or the WWE casuals. But I think kind of how you said he rebounded great on Raw. Just getting that little segment with Dom putting the curse. I remember I texted her, I was like, hey, so Dom lost. He just got cursed. And she didn't believe me. She didn't believe me. But
I blocked Hino's number too.
That shit came through green.
But no, so I am excited to see what they do with Danhausen. There is a lot of comparisons between him and Truth as far as comedy act, but Danhausen obviously is way younger. So as far as in ring, as you kind of touched on, he's gonna be not great, but he'll look good. He won't look, like stiff, so
Look, he's not gonna like I said, he's not gonna give you 5-star matches. And I think the big thing that you're touching on here is the fans in Chicago. Now, surprisingly enough, I figured Chicago would have known him very well because he is pretty he's in that community.
Yeah.
That's where he stays at, so a little shocking for me with that. But on the flip side, I think fans also in attendance had higher expectations.
Yes.
I think the dirt sheets and the things people read and the things that people think about this, they all anticipated Chris Jericho.
Yes.
And I think anybody other than Chris Jericho, the crowd would have reacted this way. And I think with the Danhausen thing, yes, maybe not many people know of him, but they rebounded, like you said, with him on Raw. And I think that's going to be what saves this along the way.
And I mean, hey, look, I you kind of touched on Royce Keys and kind of hoping we don't fumble him, and fuck, I kind of lost my train of thought. It was a lot said that I wanted to touch on.
I'll say this about Royce Keys. The thing for me with Royce Keys is that for me there feels like a very, very specific reason they're holding him back, and I don't think it has anything to do whatsoever with the age debacle and all that drama that we saw a few weeks on social media. I think it has everything to do from either a storyline perspective or the fact that he actually got hurt in the Rumble. Those are my 2 theories right now, that this is for a storyline and they're holding him back for a very specific reason. Having him on Stephanie's podcast is a genius way to keep him in front of fans and also let people know who he is without taking away from TV time if you don't plan on using him. It's a smart play on their part to use their tools and their in-house synergy that they've created with this podcast platform on YouTube. Genius on their part. On the flip side, I really feel it has something to do storyline-wise because I genuinely don't think he was in the Rumble that long where he could have hurt himself, but freak things have happened in the wrestling world. So it could be a little bit of that. I genuinely feel this is going to sound nuts. I think it's him versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. and they're holding him back for a specific reason.
That's kind of nutty. But let's go to break, and we'll be right
nuts.
back in a couple seconds.
Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, and every promo is celebrated in fashion. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling, we've got the latest gear to elevate your wrestling wardrobe. Show off your passion for the squared circle. It's not just clothing, it's a lifestyle. Come shop with us and unleash your inner champion at foursidesofthering.com. That's foursidesofthering.com.
All right, gentlemen. Talking about Royce Keys, I don't really know how he fits into it, but I do believe there is a bigger plan for him. What it is, that is something we will only be able to see.
Oh shit! Breaking news! Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy will be in WWE 2K26.
Oh, look at that.
That's not that big of a deal. I'm sorry. I'm sure they signed the legend. I'm sure they signed the legend.
Channel.
It's a big deal.
Come on, Channel.
It's still real to me, bro. So is Kelly. Kelly, heyo.
You know why that's not a big deal? You know why that's not a big deal? Because they've been wrestling for WWE for the last 20 years. If they can't get in as legends at this point, what are they doing with their lives?
Listen, it's good because you don't have to unlock them. You don't have to unlock them. You can still use them as playable characters.
Kelly's theme song is so underrated. You heard that holla holla as a kid, and you were locked the fuck in.
There's very few theme songs that are recognizable by the first note, and Kelly's is definitely one of them.
I ain't the lady swit.
Let's talk about talking about Kelly. Let's go into some divas action with women's wrestlers now.
Hey, settle down. Settle down.
Well, let's talk about the cat fights that's happening on SmackDown right now. Right now, since Rhea Ripley did win the Elimination Chamber, she has the right to challenge Jade Cargill at WrestleMania for the WWE Women's Championship. But that led to some shenanigans. I feel like Jade is very active on Twitter. So is Rhea. And sometimes things don't go necessarily how things should go. Jade said something. Rhea responded. She was like, she found a video where Jade said that when she goes into WrestleMania, she'll love to face Rhea Ripley because Rhea Ripley got that dog in her. And then Jade clapped back. She was like, listen, it's convenient that you would post that video, huh? You just chronically on Twitter. You just had that saved up. Rhea responded. I don't know what she said. It was kind of snappy. And then Jada was like, yeah, you talking to me how you be talking to creative, right?
I seen that.
Hold on.
That was hot.
We can cap this out. I mean, Chelsea Green got involved, and it was a whole mess.
Piper Neven got involved as well, I believe.
Jada's like, she appreciates Rhea, and then Jade just bit her neck off.
Well, I think... Go ahead, Mike.
Nah, go ahead. I feel bad about boy earlier.
So what I think it is, what kind of is making it make news is obviously it being on social media, but also other talent getting involved as well on social media. Whether if it's them kind of throwing themselves in there or not, they are commenting on these posts, kind of telling them to chill out, whatever it is that they're commenting. I will say the way I kind of feel about it, just being honest, I could kind of care less. Honestly, like, just for me, just being in all seriousness, Unreal kind of killed it for me. Like, I haven't seen an episode of Unreal. I think just like all of us, we probably seen whatever clips that we got the time to see. But the Unreal kind of stuff kind of killed it for me, just because it's like, okay, in a couple months, is this going to be in like season 4 of Unreal with like H telling them in the back, like, okay, throw some shots on Twitter or something like that. So for me, I'm more excited for the match itself. Them being obviously two strong women, two strong talent with that moveset. I'm just excited to see how that meshes in the ring. I think Rhea could go with anyone. So I'm excited to see how Jade performs under that bright light, going against a superstar. Not that Jade isn't, just in a sense of the in-ring work. Again, it's spicy. I love it, the entertainment aspect, but it being real or not, Unreal kind of killed it for me.
in terms of dance partners, they could have gave Jade Gargano in a WrestleMania. Rhea is probably one of the better ones that she can go against. If it wasn't Rhea, it should have been Becky. If it wasn't Becky, it could have been Charlotte. She needs somebody to guide her in the ring and make it workable. Rhea is arguably she's like 26, 27, maybe 29. She's sub 30 for sure.
Yeah,
and she has ring presence. This is 7th WrestleMania in a row where she's competed for a title, and that's not, and I don't say that lightly at all. She's extremely talented, and she's worked very hard to be there where she has been. I'm trying to pull this godforsaken thing up, and it's not letting me. Darn you, MacBook. But essentially the feud was how I just be talking. Which member of our social team found that video for you? Because we know they always have a way to keep you on top going into Mania. Rhea Ripley responded, all you seem to do, and that's literally it. And then this is when Jade came. Jade said, talk like the hours you spend talking to creative. Rhea responded, you're funny, that's funny. Now we know all you be doing is talk out of your ass because everything you say is bullshit. Don't spread lies on my name, you dumb bee. And Jade dogs will holla, 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 holla.
Listen. Here's the thing about this whole fucking Twitter beef. I understand where we're coming from, but in the age of unreal, that's real, you're not real, this is real, whatever real, Instagram reels, whatever. Okay, film reels, whatever you want to call it. I am the proponent that if we are on social media, I'm being worked. They are working me. If I could go back in time, if I could get in a little time machine and go back in time, there's a lot of things that I would warn my past self about. But I would also go to WWE and tell them when social media blows up, make sure you have the wrestlers make accounts and keep them in gimmick. Because if you kept social media accounts for the wrestlers in gimmick, this would be way better. Now we've overexposed the average wrestlers.
Yeah, they pulled back the curtain too much.
Right. We've overexposed the average wrestling fan's brain, whether that's us included in that as the average wrestling fan or as the other average wrestling fan that you may be. Because I don't consider us to be average wrestling fans. I consider us to be passionate wrestling fans, dedicated wrestling fans, maybe sometimes delusional wrestling fans. But at its core, now you've created your own world inside of wrestling now. Because if I'm being lied to about a guy whose knee they thought blew up, I'm being lied to about that, but it's actually his knee didn't blow up, but then his shoulder actually did blow up, and now we've had a detour the size of epic proportions. And if Jade invoking the creative comment and then Rhea posting on Instagram like a depressed goth girl, if that's all just to rile us up and get us talking about WrestleMania, guess what? It worked. If it wasn't, and this is them showing their true colors on social media, then damn, that sucks for them. But guess what? It also kind of worked for your wrestling match too at WrestleMania. Because now I care a little bit more. Because now I want to see, are we going to go to places that we usually don't go with women's feuds? There's a limit and there's a line WWE doesn't cross with women's feud. This feud, because of the size and the star power of both these women, obviously Rhea edges Jade out. But because of that, you have a unique opportunity to tell a story for a women's championship you haven't been able to tell, and that's pure blood feud. You have a unique opportunity here in wrestling, especially in that women's division. I say cross the line and start throwing some real fucking shots in this story. And this match could main event night one over the clusterfuck WWE title match.
It's one of those things. So to add on to my point earlier about Rhea being a good dance partner for Jade in this aspect is Jade's run in WWE has been lacking. You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, she has a very devout fan base who ride out for Jade regardless of what she does. And we all know Rhea Ripley's people go bananas for her. They will go to absolute war for her. So this is just one of those things where this can either be
a Taylor Swift type of fan base.
Yes,
I've
this
never
is
seen that in a wrestler.
this is one of those things where the match can be really good and live up to what it could be, or this could be a really bad match. I don't see a I don't see a middle ground here.
Here's the good thing.
But like you said, if they can show us that they actually hate each other and just feed into it extremely hard, the build can just be electric.
And here's why I think we have a chance, because there's big news today, right? We know SmackDown creative is changing. Road Dogg's out on the creative team. Step down today. See, that sucks. You hate to see somebody leave their job, but clearly he's been taking a lot of fucking slack. The company's obviously looking at him. Social media is bitching. There's too many fucking board members to appease. We've introduced now a head woman on the creative team on the Raw side. Now we're going to have somebody open up on the SmackDown side, which I think is this guy that they've introduced previously. I forgot his name, but I think he's going to end up taking over SmackDown. We have the opportunity now, because there's a woman in the creative room for what feels like the first time in a very long time. We have an opportunity, which the rumor is apparently 6 women's matches across 2 nights, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. There should be. There's 2 women's championships. There's 2 mid-card women's championships. There's a tag title match, and there should be just a random women's blood feud match in that card. That's how you show equity to your women, because your women have outshined your men this year outside of CM Punk. So I think big changes are in store, and I think this match, because of what Chano's saying, how Rhea is a strong base. I've said Jade needs a base. Rhea also is so good that she can work with any size talent. Obviously, Rhea works better with women that are bigger than her. We've seen her have really good sequences with Lash and Nia. But with Jade, who is just as big as her, a little bit stronger maybe, they're going to have some good sequences. It's just unwilling on if Jade and her can flesh out whatever personal differences they need to squash to have business together to put on that match. That's what it comes down to. Does Jade want to look good in defeat and or victory? And does Rhea want to look good in defeat and or victory?
Here's the thing. I think, Tanya, you got a piece on this before I piggyback off on Mike.
No, go. Please go ahead. I want to listen.
This is one of those things where Jade needs to come out looking good. It doesn't matter if she looks good in a loss. She just needs to come out this looking good. The trilogy she had with Tiffany was very. It didn't hit no standards, and that wasn't neither one of their fault. Neither one of them were in a position where they were able to lead one another.
Both of those women need leaders in the ring. Both of those women need bases in the ring. They are not bases. It's it's like fucking my GM when you're trying to figure out the archetypes. Tiffany needs a base. Jade needs a base. You put 2 women who don't have a base together, it's baseless.
It wasn't great. It didn't look good at all. So, and especially, she had a good match with Jordan Grace. Well, Jordan Grace is an absolute dog.
Yeah,
beast of a woman, and that was a pretty good match. So I think Jay needs to come out this looking good. I don't know what the plan is. If I was a betting man, I would say Rhea comes out, and this way they get to separate Rhea and Liv, and they get to headline their respective brands. However, that woman, I feel like everybody forgets about the women's division on SmackDown because everybody's in the tag division, but that division on SmackDown is heavy.
It's deep, yep.
They got Charlotte.
So
they got Alexa Bliss. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry to Channel.
No,
just really quickly with the Jade and Rhea thing. I guess I just kind of wanted to because I feel this is just, in my opinion, kind of make or break for Jade, right? Like, especially if she loses this title. Although she kind of has, as you guys mentioned earlier, that Taylor Swift kind of fan base. As we all know, she's barely defended the title. So assuming she loses that title to Rhea, it's kind of like, what's next for Jade? And it's the same thing if she wins the title. Does this mean we get more title matches? Does this mean we get more feuds? Because you was just about to name some names just off the top of your head, and you got 3 off in 3 seconds. Like, SmackDown is so deep, and I feel like there's so much woman deserving of that title. Not that Jade isn't, but if you're going to hold a title the most prestigious title in the women's locker room, then I feel, just for me, I like a fighting champion, whether if you're a heel or a babyface. I want to at least see you defend the title, even if it's a match that we know you're gonna win. I want to see you out there with the strap.
NXT women's division, by far one of the best women's divisions, and some of those women have been wrestling for 2 years max.
No,
Yeah.
honestly, NXT women's division is probably the best booked.
You know
best women's
who's
division in general. Bro.
Shawn
It's
Michaels
honestly
knows
insane.
what, I don't know why, but Shawn Michaels is so fucking good at it.
No,
So good at
seriously.
booking that women's division, but his men's division is spotty. His women's division always pumping.
No,
Listen,
seriously.
he's a ladies' man.
In that women's division, real quick on the NXT, like Rin Sinclair, I believe, won that speed matchup against Dakota Lyons to face Thea Hale. So I want to see what we do with Rin Sinclair. I've been a fan of hers for a minute. She's kind of just been in the background, so I want to see what she does. I just wanted to throw her name out there because
I wasn't laughing at
she's
that.
getting some more TV time.
I was laughing at the name Nikita Lyons. That's what I was laughing at.
She was in the match. She was in the match.
That girl be doing everything but wrestling. Now listen, hear me out. I don't know how she's still there.
All right, let's get back to the injured. So listen, Tino, I get your point. It's unfortunate that she hasn't defended the title enough, but I feel like the last 2 programs they had for her, they got injured. B-Fab and Meechin, they both suffered some type of injury and they missed out on time.
Yeah, but what was the end game for that? You're gonna have her squash both of those women in back-to-back, title defenses. You're gonna have a 2-on-1 handicap match and have show her dominance.
Yeah, I think they had like a backstage
but, like,
segment with her as well. Like,
yeah, but
just
like at the end
matches.
of the day, it's like, you better
Just
give
reps.
yeah, just reps, but
Just reps.
it's
That's
too late
literally
for
all it
just
is.
reps at that point.
It's just reps. You know what I mean? It's just to put her on stage in a match. It's just that's all it is. You know what I mean? It didn't matter what it is. She could have wrestled a spoon. As long as she's out there putting the title on the line, I think that's some people all they wanted. But yeah, listen, SmackDown is absolutely stacked, man, from the gills, and it's crazy how underutilized that show is for the women. It's nuts. They probably got them outside of NXT. They probably have the most stacked women's division, and they don't live up to standards at all.
Yeah, and and the roster is just like deeper and
the
deeper
women
with
on
that
the
women's
way,
division.
and the women on the way are absolute dogs too. So we will see what happens with that. We'll touch more based on all things WrestleMania as we go into the show, because that's going to be our last like 20-30 minutes. Tino, my mans, you saw AEW. What was headline of the show?
I did see some AEW. There was as always, great matches. I think the real big news out of AEW was David Finlay signing there. I believe he showed up after that Orange Cassidy match. After they had went up against Gabe Kidd and Connors. I always forget his first name. So I thought that was pretty big. My only problem with AEW, and I'm gonna try not to go on a little tangent myself. My only issue with AEW, which I love, is just they move on just too quickly after something big happens. David Finlay's in the ring. He just took out your 2 biggest superstars, and Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin, and they just move on. They don't even mention it in commentary or backstage. They just kind of move on with that. But something I kind of wanted to touch on just really quickly is in terms of AEW that stood out to me was the Kevin Knight matchup. AEW opened up with the title match, Kevin Knight, MJF. Hot matchup to kick it off as you would want it to be. It was a pro MJF match. If you guys watched it, that crowd was behind MJF. As we know, that crowd is either going to be behind them or against them. MJF is the babyface we all love to hate. My big thing with the Kevin Knight thing to bring up is I just didn't understand the ref bump. You have Kevin Knight go out there, have a banger of a match with MJF, just to the simple fact that he actually won the crowd over during his matchup. They started to get behind Kevin Knight.
Can I cut you for that? So apparently, I was watching somebody break it down. MJF was supposed to get out of the way, but he couldn't because the ref was in the way. So he decided to bump the ref and make it work that way. And he gave Kevin Knight the visual win. You know what I mean? He had him down for the 3 count and more.
Yeah.
When the ref finally, that's why the ref wasn't down for long at all. He was like kind of dazed, stunned.
Yeah, he had him down for like at least 30 seconds. But
Yeah, you know what I mean?
because my thing is that happened in the start of the match, right? Kevin Knight comes out at the ending of the match as well, and he takes a second pin. Now, my thinking in watching the matchup, he has this close matchup. It's the ref bump. I'm going into it like, okay, Kevin Knight is supposed to be this next top tier talent for AEW. They're trying to build around him. But MJF winning because of the ref bump is kind of like, okay, so Kevin Knight probably should have won that matchup. So if you have me thinking that Kevin Knight should have won that matchup, if not for the ref bump, and then you have him take a second pin at the end of the night, it just kind of had me just kind of shrugging my shoulders. I didn't really understand that too much.
You got to think about
I just didn't understand that booking. It's like if you're trying to build a star, then build a star. Just use him the right way. Don't make me, I don't know. You're trying to brainwash me into like he's this great star, but then again he's taking 2 pins. I just didn't like that.
Well, here's the thing about that, right? So Kevin Knight will be an absolute top tier guy in AEW, but he has some bridges to cross, right? There's some AEW relies heavily on fighting spirit. You know what I mean? When they take a crazy bump and they kick out a 2.9 and they get up immediately, or they take a finisher and get up and they go through a string of moves and then they drop, you know what I mean? Because the fighting spirit finally wore off.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how AEW is. So there's something about the referee hitting the mat for the 1, 2, and your fighting spirit just activate at the last minute to get yourself. It's kind of like Goku. It's kind of like Goku Ultra Instinct. You know what I mean?
If
you shake your hand in front of Goku 6 miles away, he's not going to flinch.
My thing is,
my man's up. He's going to start.
My thing is right. Is make me care. I'm already invested in the wrestling match, but make me care about your superstar. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's how I look at it.
But you do care because you're frustrated about it, and that's how they get you, buddy.
I guess so, but I'm caring for all the wrong reasons, is what it feels like. I was just so frustrated at the fact that just like AEW, I just glazed over the fact that David Finlay was even there, just like AEW did.
Yeah,
so it was like, why even talk about it?
To talk about Dami Fed's comment, where War Dog should be a bigger deal. Yeah, I mean, I thought Dave Finlay was coming to NXT to link up with his brother and do the birthright thing. And, I thought that would be a fine fit for him. And I think he'd be very good in WWE. I felt that it was always going to be AEW for him. And we knew Clark Connor signed and we didn't know what was going on with Gabe Kidd there. So they all signed. It's announced, yada, yada, yada. They should be, that's how it felt. Yada, yada, yada. Hey, we all signed, yada, yada, yada. That's it. On to the next thing. It should have been a bigger deal. They should have had a bigger impact. I think we'll have to see what happens here. I expect them to probably end up taking Jay White and the Bang Bang Gang and Bullet Club Gold and turning this into Bullet Club of AEW with those 3. I think he did, yeah.
I mean, we'll kind of see, because again, my biggest takeaway was the Don Callis family, because everything kind of was just setting up for the Don Callis family, at least in the ending of that matchup. So it's kind of like that's what it seems like AEW's based more around, is the Don Callis family.
How do you feel about Don Callis as a whole? We had the guys got spirited last week. How do you feel about Don Callis before we go to the next break?
Don Callis.
Honestly, it is fuck Don Callis, but hey, he's a manager to a bunch of talent, so he's that.
True. All right, we'll be right back after this next break.
What's up, my fellow bad guys? Just when you thought we were down bad, Brandy's here to pick us right back up. Thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, we got good seats and great prices. New users can score a fantastic $20 off their final ticket purchase by using the exclusive promo code 4SIDESOTR at checkout for any event. That's 4SIDESOTR. Tell them the bad guy sent you.
Four sides of the ring.
I had to take the silky off because I couldn't hear nothing.
You was looking
My
real.
glasses
You was
were
looking real cute
messing
with the
me,
silky
and
on.
I can't hear you guys. Give me 2 seconds.
All right. Well, now Channel's got technical difficulties.
All right, now we're good.
We'll come in for a Mike's minute here.
No.
Let's
He
hear
said,
it, Mike's
no,
minute.
fuck that. I don't want to hear anything about Mike's minute. Never mind. None of that.
Nah,
None
it was
of
my
that.
do-rag, man. It was pinched on my glasses. It was way too tight.
It was blocking your brain. It was blocking your brain.
Nah. You know what it is? If you ever, Mike, you probably will never wear a do-rag in your life.
Why wouldn't I never wear a do-rag? I'm gonna wear a do-rag next week and get canceled. Let's just say fuck it.
You probably won't, but if you wear a do-rag with glasses, it gets very tight, like right there, and it's not comfortable.
Never worn a do-rag, but danced with the devil in the pale moonlight once or twice, you know.
Listen, whatever floats the boat. All right, so it's kind of funny, man. I'm surprised New Japan still be working with AEW because they just be robbing them blind.
You kind of forget that they work together, yeah.
Because they just come in the middle of the night, beat them over the head, and then leave them a chocolate
said,
in the
"Ooh, another
morning.
piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, another piece of candy. Ooh, thank you for
It's
that. Ooh, thank you
nuts.
for that. Ooh, thank you for that."
Listen, and I understand there's nothing you can do to make them stay. You know what I mean? Like if they're gonna leave regardless.
At this
But
point,
you're letting them go into the locker room and
quiet.
see, wow, Tony gives you this, Tony gives you that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of just it's not weird because listen, I respect Tony's gangster. You know what I mean? I do respect Tony's gangster, but it's crazy, man. They just be robbing them blonde all the time. I'm surprised Zack Saber's still over there, honestly.
Oh wow, yeah, I forgot about that.
He's OG. He's real. He's real as fuck for staying in New Japan. Tony Khan's probably been in his ear every week. Come on, Zach.
You want to come to AEW? You want to come to AEW?
Come on, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
It's mad funny. He probably offered to pay Meltzer and Dave Meltzer enough money to change the Daniel Bryan Award into the Zack Sabre Award.
Jeez.
Listen, let's talk about that. Tony Khan, respect the guy. I'm a big AEW guy, big fan, but listen, man, they have the inverse problem WWE seems to have. They sign a bunch of talent, and then they do the very WWE thing that they try not to do that they claim WWE that they're better than WWE, and then yada yada, right? And then he has these guys and girls, and he does like nothing with them. He signs them, they make a splash. It's the same thing WWE does. And I'm like, why do both of these companies fail their debuting superstars each time? Like the inspiration come to AEW. That's a big fucking deal. Then this week they are made to be a joke. They are made to be a joke. Yeah, that's not great. That's not good.
Squashed.
The War Dogs, they're a massive free agent. That's a huge free agent. They should have been a bigger deal. There's the look, Josh Alexander. I mean, personally, Josh Alexander, I think fucked himself. He should have stayed his ass in TNA. But he went to the Don Callis family. Jake something went to the Don Callis family. Kyle Fletcher broke out. He's in the Don Callis family. This guy's in the Don Callis family. It looks like they look like they're assembling to set up a fireman's calendar for 2 years straight. They've got so many chiseled, shirtless men Don Callis is hanging around. It's like I'm starting to question really what's going on. Is AEW actually a front for something else that we're missing here?
Listen, them portraits be getting made somehow. You know what I mean?
Portraits are getting made somehow. It's highly questionable work Don Callis is taking part. Someone has to paint those, or unless they're doing the AI bullshit, which I'd really be disappointed.
That's probably hand painted, those portraits, I'm sure.
I hope so. Hopefully it's my MJF ex-girlfriend or whatever, ex-fiance, whoever that chick was that was claiming MJF back in the day. No, for real, Tony Khan has to stop signing people and then throwing them to the wayside, just like WWE has to do it. But
yeah,
Tony Khan, if you want to entice more people to come outside of just the money, you got to do something better with these people. You have to.
Listen, I agree with you. And that's just not an AEW thing. That's just wrestling in
hey,
general.
look, and
you know what I mean?
And 1,000%. Mike just hit everything that I, faintly alluded to earlier. When the War Dogs came out post matchup, it was, chaos and destruction and just moving on like that. They didn't even elaborate on it after that. So it's kind of like if you missed it, or if you're like not on social media and you don't see like the clips, then you kind of just miss out. And is I think the problem, just a little critique for AEW is just they just need to do a little better job and just trying to get the viewer to invest in what's going on. Don't just kind of glaze over what just happened. Talk about it. Hey, we're leaning into this match. Looks like David Finlay and the Wall Dogs, they just knocked out so and so, and you kind of build it more. Because again, out of the 2 hours from last night, just me, I mostly remember the Kevin Knight matchup, and maybe because I'm a fan, was the Thunder Rosa matchup. But honestly, not because of Thunder Rosa, but Tekla is an amazing worker. Like I always knew she was a good wrestler, but yesterday I was like, okay, yeah, she's really, really good. But let's see what the War Dogs do. I mean, as we all know, it looks like all of the Bullet Club members are now on AEW, as Mike said. So let's kind of see that 2026 version of that. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what AEW has in store. I'm excited.
You know why AEW and Tony Khan not using their new signees hurts more than WWE guys? Like WWE doing the same shit to their guys? I'll tell you why. Is because the average AEW fan is smarter than the average WWE fan. AEW fans have found AEW through being disappointed with WWE and wanting an alternative. So they generally, you know what I mean? Watching everything because you generally enjoy watching wrestling. If you only watch WWE, not wrong with that.
It's just that bubble.
You're stuck in that bubble with nothing around it. If you watch AEW and enjoy AEW, you probably came from watching AEW from WWE. You probably seen some CML. You probably seen some AAA. You probably seen some New Japan, seen some TNA. So you're more familiar with all these wrestlers than the average WWE fan. So when the average WWE fan the average AEW fan is super excited about seeing the Inspiration. What's the names?
Yeah, the Inspiration.
Cassie and Jessica.
The Inspiration. There we go. When you see those girls come over to AEW to revitalize that tag division and give that tag division what they need, and you see them get squashed, it's like, damn, you guys were different. You guys were supposed to be different. Because I understand they did that to old girl and her girlfriend, and they ended up stop wrestling. Tegan Knox. There we go. I forgot her AEW in-ring name.
Yeah, but Tegan Knox blew that her fucking self.
No, she did. But they weren't an established tag team. They just went in for a match like, we don't got nothing for you. Can you come and get squashed? And like, I don't know about that. I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, she was tripping for that.
They blew it up themselves. Fine, whatever. But these two girls, they came over the highly touted free agent tag team to get squashed like that. And it's unfortunate. And that's why I say it hurts. It sucks more for AEW because their average fan is smarter than the average WWE.
Yeah, I agree.
You're more aware. Yeah, but that team is undefeated. Their face is undefeated. Listen, no. They can lose to the undefeated team.
No, I think the problem was that I think for me it was just kind of like I think that was like their first matchup. So for it to be under a couple minutes, and although they're undefeated, it's kind of like they're still a makeshift tag team. While the Inspiration is, the Inspiration, they're multiple tag team women's champions. So you would figure that, hey, look, you could lose the match. You don't have to go over, but just show a little bit more fight than what they showed. Like I get it, they was trying to show that dominance, but as Channel said it best, AEW fans being that more knowledgeable wrestling fan base, you're gonna look at it like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that.
And I understand it, but let's get in anything else about AEW before we get into our main topic of the night, gentlemen.
I would cover it for me mostly for AEW. Shout out to the Mox and Hechicero match. That was an awesome matchup as well. I just wanted to say that was every John Mox match to me is pretty good, but Hechicero could fucking go. Like he could go. Mox could go against any style. So I just wanted to say that as well. Mox matches are amazing. Hechicero is great too. But
Well,
yeah, we
I
can
feel the opposite about John Moxley matches. Let's get into our WrestleMania. All right, so we're gonna discuss the WrestleMania card and we're gonna see what pivots out. Let's start with Penta. So backstage before Penta's match, Penta was in. He was talking to Americano Original, which was Chad Gable. Chad Gable says, "Hey, listen, man. Since we're boys, if you win your match tonight, I want to be first in line for the championship." And then Penta said, "We'll see."
We'll see.
So now Penta's a champion. And then, so here's my theory, right? We know the Grandes are gonna face off each other, but what about if it's a triple threat match with Penta now, and they're saving Grande versus Grande for Triple Mania?
Probably.
Match versus match, because that'd be the bigger match in Mexico. I'm not gonna hold you. There's nothing about
It
that
would.
match in the stateside that will pop off. In Mexico, they'll probably go bananas.
What
I'm
they've
not
been
gonna do-
doing so well on that is they are trying to keep the continuity now, and if you notice, El Grande Americano Kaiser wears a color in Mexico, wears the Mexican colors, and El Grande Americano Gable wears black. And in the U.S., El Grande Americano Gable wears the U.S. colors. El Grande Americano Kaiser wore black. So just I love those little details. I think mask versus mask is the end goal. Triple threat, I don't think so. I think it's going to be, to be honest with you, I think it's going to be Penta versus... I don't know, man. I think that's tough. Maybe triple threat. You might be right. Yeah, let's go. Let's roll with that. Triple threat.
Yeah,
Working
think about
match.
it.
I like it. It's
Yeah,
logical.
it's
Fatal
just another
4-way
thing.
if we want to get Sheamus out of the cuck chair.
Jeez.
Shame-
Damn, I
listen,
forgot about Sheamus. Oh my god, what happened to Sheamus?
because he's been watching from the cuck chair. That's why I
Yeah.
forget about Sheamus. He's in the corner.
That's
Let's
that's
talk about
logical.
let's talk about the women's intercontinental championship. Who does AJ? I did forget to say this about the AJ Lee match. I made this real quick. I think that was one of the better AJ Lee matches in her career.
She's had way better. That was fucking bad, terrible. Both of them terrible.
I think it was
That
a
was
bad
bad.
It was a bad Becky match, but I think it was one of the better AJ matches. But that's the only thing. Who does AJ Lee face at WrestleMania? She has the gauntlet match on Monday. I know we're speaking of Becky, so
It's too easy.
So what happens?
I feel I'm pretty sure my answer is gonna be out the box because it's the second time I'm gonna mention her name for an opportunity. No. I'm going with Natty. I'm going with Natty. Like I said from the get, when she came out with this personality of Natty compared to Natalia, I was kind of excited to see what we would get. Will we get that GCW Natalie? And we seem kind of, a little bit more of an aggressive side to her. So if we get that aggressive Natty, that indie style Natty against everyone loves AJ. She's back. She's the champ. I would love to see that. I mean, look, Natty is a locker room vet. She obviously doesn't need the opportunity. But I would just like to kind of see that. Why bring that character into the WWE if you're not going to do anything with it other than fight Maxine? Well, look, Maxine is amazing. She's grew a lot. As far as her in-ring work, you could probably thank Natty for that. But again, don't bring this Natty character just to continue doing what she's doing backstage. I want to see you step on everyone. I want to see you crawl your way to the top and show the world and the locker room why you're one of the top women, why you're a respected woman and a future Hall of Famer.
I respect that.
I respect that. Mike, who is facing AJ?
I love Natty. This isn't the time and the place for her. She'll get her time and place. It's easy. It's easy. It's a dream match. They want it. She deserves it. Bayley, AJ Lee, done. End of discussion. I'm sorry, Bird Lady. I love you. You will figure out what we're going to do with you for WrestleMania season. Bayley, AJ Lee is the only logical match on that slate. As soon as I saw the participants in the match for last week, Bayley in it, I said, Bayley's winning. Thank you very much. Ding dong.
You think it has a chance to go triple threat with Becky V entering herself?
I could see triple threat. I mean, we can't. We did this last year. Everyone did this last year. We booked way too many multi-person matches.
Yeah, I was gonna say not too many
matches. It's not going to happen this year. There's going to be maybe one or two multi-person matches, and I think one of them will be the WWE title. What?
per night.
Yeah,
One or two per night.
no. I think one of them will be the WWE title, and I think the other one will be the Women's Tag Team Championships.
All right, so obviously the World Heavyweight Championship, that's pretty much set in stone. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Mike's going Pepsi Phil for the win.
Always.
I'm acknowledging my tribal chief, and I think Roman wins the strap.
I agree.
I
I'm in
think Roman-
100% agreements. If for Roman Reigns winning, I mean, hey, look, Roman deserves a title. I think since he's lost the title, you know, with him obviously not being there, his aura's kind of dwindled down. And him getting that title back, it'll obviously go back up, and hopefully we get to see Roman, you know, more consistently once he's champion again. So I'm picking Roman.
Listen, I would never say no to Roman being world champion ever in my life.
Also, real quick, I don't know if you guys noticed, I kind of want them to go back to the old tribal chief music. I feel like it was way better. That's just kind of me.
This is the old tribal chief music. They dropped the extended version with the extra long intro because they realized when he's walking out to go jump somebody,
It was horrible.
Takes way too long.
It was
WrestleMania, sure. Does Dom face Danhausen? Does Danhausen have a WrestleMania match?
Oh,
Danhausen does not have a WrestleMania match. Danhausen will be at WrestleMania in some capacity. He's getting the fucking blimp. There will be a blimp with Danhausen's face on it that will go through the crowd, and he'll make like an entrance, and it'll be like a whole spectacle, but he won't have a match. Maybe an impromptu thing, something with the Miz or something stupid, but maybe.
So Dom versus Finn?
Dom versus Finn. Dom versus Finn.
I feel like that was a little down.
Dom versus
I wouldn't be that mad at
the demon Finn, and Finn beats Dom.
Yes, please. I was going to say, if Finn faces Dom, again, I don't want to keep using the word got to, but I feel like Finn would, you know, would have to win.
I figured out Triple H's booking. I figured it out. I'm going to crack the code. What is the code? I've cracked the code. Triple H gives the guys and gals a bunch of wins. He gives them a quick title in the picture, and then they stay there for a little bit. They hover. They don't do too much. He takes it back a step. They lose it. They move to somebody else. They put them in that position, and then out of nowhere, he propels them into the world title picture 6-7 months later by some kind of catalyst that jumps them there. Damian Priest is a key guy. He kept him kind of floating. He kept him floating. He gave him tag title. He gave him singles title. Kept him back. And then boom, Money in the Bank win shocks the world. Boom, shocks the world at the WrestleMania cashes in successfully thanks to CM Punk. Same thing happens to Dom here. He loses the IC title. He's cursed to Danhausen. He goes through the next couple months. He loses to Finn. Somehow the curse gets lifted. He wins Money in the Bank. That's my prediction. Sorry, I went too long.
Listen, if Roman was to get pinned by Dom, I think that'd be the best thing that I ever have in me.
Unfortunately, he won't be the champion. Roman won't be the champion. Dom will cash in on Punk.
That'd be terrible.
And then, unfortunately, Gunther takes it off Dom down the line.
LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar. I like that. I like that match way more than I like Brock versus Royce Keys.
I mean,
he needs to come off with a W.
To be honest, I think you do LA Knight and Seth Rollins, even though Seth Rollins is out of the vision and everything. I think LA Knight and Seth Rollins.
What do you get from that?
A good wrestling match. I don't know, because LA Knight's a guy right now that doesn't fit into the WrestleMania card, and I hate to say it, I don't think he's gonna get on the card.
I mean,
what do we get out of Lesnar versus LA Knight? Oh, Lesnar has a somewhat affiliation with the Vision and Paul Heyman, so Lesnar
I would see
to take out LA Knight. That doesn't make any sense.
I would see if Lesnar was to get involved with that, I would see him going after Seth. I mean, because he also took out his advocate. That's Brock's whole mouthpiece, exactly. and as of late, we've seen him Paul come out with Brock, doing the whole thing. So you could have something building up with Brock and Seth, And
honestly, we don't need Brock and Seth. That's the worst part about it. Is like that's the most logical of the two matches, and we don't even need that match because Seth has been there, done that. He's already slayed the Beast. He was the Beast Slayer. He had a whole thing. He beat him for the title at 35 in the first match of the night, and that was the end of it. And we never need to see Seth and Brock again. So if they end up going that direction, shame on them. If they end up going Lesnar and LA Knight, you're gonna have LA Knight beat Lesnar at Mania. No shot they're gonna let LA Knight get that win.
What I'm kind of thinking now, just real quick, it literally just came to mind, maybe you get Lesnar, Seth. I don't know how long Braun is out, so this is like fantasy booking, but maybe Braun Breaker kind of interferes, and then you get a build up for SummerSlam or something like that with like Braun Breaker against Brock Lesnar. Which another match that I think everyone was excited when Lesnar first started showing up again. But there's a lot of possibilities. To what they could go with this. I'm excited for either one.
There's not that many possibilities. It's gonna be Seth Rollins versus a Vision member, Breaker preferably if he makes it back on time, and I think they might run back Rollins.
I don't know. It'll be
Rollins
Logan
or
and Theory
LA
versus
Logan.
the Usos. No, Logan and Theory versus the Usos.
Listen, that could theoretically work because they did take out Jay and that can build that, but realistically, Seth's path is against a Vision member, and that's if Braun Breaker makes it back in time. That is the path. That is the path for WrestleMania. Unfortunately,
and we know Stephanie and Liv, and we know obviously the WWE Championship. We don't. That's going to be figured out Friday easily. The other big question,
the United States Championship.
The three. Well, there's 4 titles: the men's US, the women's US, the men's tag team on SmackDown, and the women's tag titles.
I think the men's tag team, the SmackDown tag titles don't get showed on WrestleMania. I think that gets
They have to. I think it's going to be Wyatt 6 and MFTs and a what do you call it? In a mega match.
I don't know. I don't see it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Who does Carmelo Hayes face at WrestleMania?
Trick.
Ooh,
The Miz?
Yes, I was gonna say that as well. Trick. It's so much history there. So much history.
No, I think
those two are destined to do that forever. I'm telling you, that's the new Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
But has the Melo Ilya Miz thing fizzled out? Because I think that's still going.
No, that's done. You're not dragging that. If you drag that carcass to WrestleMania, that's shame on them.
Yeah, I think Trick Melo is the money match. You get that build because maybe not everyone knows about their NXT run. You get that build, you build that promo package, and it's an easy sell. Like,
what if it's Trick and Sammy? They already got some. They already got some riff raff going on.
I wouldn't want it to be Trick and Sammy. Like this path that Sammy's going down. Honestly, I want it to. No disrespect to Trick, but I want it to be bigger than Trick. Like I wanted to, in terms of storyline, I want it to be bigger. Like he's taking out. Sammy's interesting. Sammy's interesting. That's all I could say. Sammy's interesting.
Gunther's interesting. Oba's interesting.
Yeah.
Julia's interesting. Julia
is Gunther?
Facing?
That's a good question.
Because I would have said Io Sky 2 weeks ago, but now that's not going to be the case. It's going to be Julia versus
Rick says multi-man match. Igor, I don't know who that is. Igor? Sammy, Trick, and Melo would be good. Listen, we got a free agent sign I'm not aware of.
We're booking too many multi-man matches already. But
listen,
Julia, Charlotte, Alexa, one of those.
There's a lot. Honestly, just real quick on the road to Mania, our boy channel, our boy Theory, bro. They gotta we're not mentioning Theory in anything, which for good reason, but let's do something with Theory as well. He was the first man in the mask. He was the big reveal. He took a pin to Jimmy.
Listen, he might have the tag team championship match if Braun makes it back on time.
I mean, we'll see. But again, I'm a fan of Theory. Like I said, I'm a fan of Theory. He's so talented that I wanted to see more than a tag team kind of deal from him, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But we get what we get.
You're gonna take that tag team match and you're gonna like it. All right. So where does Julia go? There's so many options for her, honestly,
I don't know.
They use her so seldomly. And that's what kind of sucks. All right. So the WWE Championship, we'll figure that out. What does Gunther do? He's kind of demasked Dragon Lee this past week.
Oh yeah, he violated, man.
I hope it doesn't set up what I think it's going to set up in Gunther versus Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio trying to fight for trying to fight for the Lucha Libre honor of taking the mask off, because taking the mask off has a purpose. WWE doesn't do shit just to do shit. Him taking off that mask is a huge thing. That has a lot to do with what I think Gunther does at WrestleMania. And I could be way off base here. And if it is true and it is Ray versus Gunther, I'm hoping it's not a retirement match, because if it is, wow, what a fucking terrible decision to have Gunther retire Ray when you have his son right there.
So what I will say,
I don't know
Mike,
yet.
It's amazing you brought that up, because what I will say to that is, if they were to go down that path, honestly, me personally, I would prefer a Gunther versus Rey Mysterio retirement match if you have intentions of turning Dom babyface. I think if you want to turn Dom to a complete babyface,
I was about to walk out.
No. If you want to turn, because think you have Dom come out, kind of save the matchup from his dad, whatever. I think that's an easy way to make Dom babyface just like that overnight.
Bro, Dom is a babyface. We just boo him for fun at this
Dom
point.
never needs to be a babyface. Dom needs to be a fucking dick.
Bro, agreed. But I only like the idea of Gunther, Rey Mysterio if you're making Dom full babyface. Because like you said, Channel, Dom is super popular, yes. But he gets booed, he gets cheered. If you want Dom solidified as a babyface, just straight cheers, then you have him save Rey Mysterio from getting retired.
Bro, Dom should never go full babyface ever.
Listen, I am in agreement. I'm just saying, if they were to go Gunther, that's the route I would prefer. If not, then to me, it wouldn't make sense. I'm agreeing with Mike. Don't do it. But if you were going to do it, make Dom a babyface. Fuck it.
You don't need to make Dom a babyface for that to happen. You know what I mean, bro? I'm telling you right now, the moment Dom goes out to the crowd and says, I do it for you guys, I'm turning my TV off. I never want to hear that shit come out of Dom's mouth ever in his life.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he would do that. He would just come out kind of like, I did it for my deadbeat dad, and then they're like, oh, and then he kind of walks off.
Honestly, the only way he gets away with it, if he says the only person who should retire my deadbeat dad is me.
That's a good one too. Exactly, something of that nature.
It needs to be dickheadish. I'm the only person who should retire that deadbeat. It's me. I'm the greatest Mysterio of all time. How does it look if I let somebody else defeat him? You know what I mean? Something along those lines. And also, Gunther versus Dom at SummerSlam for the strap sounds magical.
I agree.
All right, who else did we forget? Oh, the Women's Tag Team Championship. That's a multi-women match, right? Lash and Nia versus the Bellas and Charlotte
versus the Bellas versus
Bliss. Who's the
maybe not Charlotte and Bliss, unless it's a Julia versus Charlotte or Bliss or a triple threat or something.
Maybe you get
Kabuki Warriors.
That's what maybe you get the Kabuki Warriors, and you finally get Kairi Sane beating the shit out of Asuka for always disrespecting her. It's been such a build. Like even this past SmackDown, like she was just like, she didn't even react. She was just so sad. Like everyone in SmackDown is like sad. You got Charlotte sad in the back. You got Sammy. You got like Kyrie. Like SmackDown is they're kind of feeling down. SmackDown. They need some cheers over there. Everyone's down over there.
Everybody. So did we forget any potential WrestleMania matches?
I'm sure we'll be talking about this for the next 6 weeks. So if we did. We'll talk about them another week.
Yeah.
Shit, that's the shitty part.
Next coming PLE that they have is Vengeance Day. Vengeance Day is this Saturday.
You got Blake Monroe.
It's Blake Monroe, Jada Parker.
In a street fight. You got Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice in an NXT Underground match. Izzy Dane, Tatum Paxley.
That's fun.
Tony D
for the title.
Generic NXT Light Skin Dude 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I could think of I think that's all they have.
Joe Hendry.
Yes.
And
what's the Women's World Championship match? There is none.
The only one that comes to mind is
JC Jane versus Sol Ruka and Zarya, I think.
Yes, because I think So Ruka interfered that match on Tuesday. So
I think so wins the strap and then Zarya takes.
No. Hendry, Ricky Saints, NXT Championship, Dame Paxley, North American Championship, Lola Kalani, Underground, Monroe Parker, Street Fight, Tony D, Deion Lennox, Parking Lot Brawl. Deion Lennox. Yeah, Deion Lennox.
Deion Lennox. Okay.
That's it. 5 matches. Vengeance Day has some
3 of them are
good.
women.
Yeah, not really.
Let's
a
see
lot
what
of
Tony
women.
D'Angelo does, man. I feel he should be the face of NXT. Let's see if they do someone. He's been lackluster.
So do I, but we're not getting that.
Yeah.
We can't hear
I
you.
will listen. I will. Oh, you can't hear me.
Yeah, we got you now. Wait.
Now I got you.
You got me.
Check it.
You got me.
Now we got.
You got me.
Say that shit.
Am I here? Oh
Yeah,
my
we're here.
goodness.
We're here.
Here.
Jesus Christ, gentlemen. All right, listen. So Double or Nothing is coming to New York City. If you are in the New York City area, Full Size of the Ring has 2 tickets for you. We will be doing the giveaway sometime soon. Listen, the tickets are $40. We can give out $80 for 2 tickets for some people.
Okay.
So if you want to give us some ideas how to do some giveaways for the people, please let us know. Please tag us at 4 Sides, SIDESOTR on X, Full Size of the Ring on Twitter, Full Size of the Ring on TikTok, Full Size of the Ring on MySpace, AIM, MSM, Gmail, Hotmail, iCloud, Yahoo. Tino got a Plenty of Fish account name, Full Size of the Ring.
Tinder,
He's also on
Tino's
Tinder.
Yeah, you
Tino
can
has
find
Twitter
me
account,
on
Twitter
POF, Tinder,
Tino.
Facebook dating. You can catch me at your local. You can catch at your local speed dating with a 4 Sides of the Ring sign. All about promotion.
What, yo, it'll be so crazy if this is the one episode your shorty's actually watching. Shit, like, oh, so you want to be fine.
It's a joke. It's a joke. I kid. No, but you can find me at King of Groove on Twitter. I'm also now on TikTok. That's right. I'm now on TikTok. Going to be putting out some little videos for us. But yeah, man, follow us on 4 Sides of the Ring on all your social media platforms, even the ones that you think are non-existent, like Yahoo and AOL. We're on that too.
We're on AIM. Listen, if you find us on 4 Sides of the Ring on AIM, Tina will send you spicy photos. He's obligated to do so. He's under.
Don't worry, I got the homie price, even if you're not a homie.
There's a reason for the season. I'm the reason for the season. Make sure you follow me at MOWM_podcast. Make sure you follow 4 Sides of the Ring at 4 Sides OTR. I got nothing else. That's really all I got. Bye guys. Don't look for me. I'm gonna go missing. See you later.
All right, so we do have a little shebang. We will be holding a giveaway for those 2 tickets soon. And yeah, next week's teaser for the episode will be who the John. You can only wait for so long.
My fucking hands hurting.
It's
John Moxley. Where did he do it better? The Bluey Combat Club